we're going to be doing today is fixing the P0299 code that will usually pop up as like an underboost. I went through, checked all my vacuum lines, nothing. Switched out some of my sensors like the N75 valve, the diverter valve. None of that worked. The only other thing that I would know of is the wastegate in here being loose. So what you have is you have this little rod back here that will push the wastegate open and close it. And if it's loose, you can hear it rattle a little bit. Alright, so we'll go over this real quick. Alright, so we have it ready. This is you have to ignite it yourself type of flame. So as you can see, that's about it. You can adjust it. So that's definitely going to be good for the metal piece that we need to warm up. Just make sure you shut it all the way. Some of our tools, a ratchet, a couple extensions, because you're going to have to take off that bottom turbo bolt, and that is going to take quite a bit of extensions, and then you're going to want one of these too. The turbo bolts are all 15s. I got this ratchet to kind of help. We're going to need some Torx. A flathead, it's just to pop off some plastic, and then we have our Phillips to take off the lower panels. We have 2 lower panels to take off, and yeah, that's about it, I guess. Oh, and a 13 to take off the there's like a little bracket back there that helps the cat stay. So next, you'll basically just pop this off. I have all this pre-popped off. So you do that, you'll pop off your intake hose, and you can pop your box up very easy. It's just 2 down here, 1 right here. Next we'll take this off, which is just a flathead screwdriver. Now that we got that done, we're going to jump underneath and start taking off all those panels. Two lower panels out, so you have your Phillips bolts that you'll take out, and you got your 3 bottom ones that will stay in. Always leave those in. And then on your back lower panel, you'll have 3 different Torx bolts. I'm pretty sure they're Torx 25. So you have those 3, and then you have these clips that sit right there and right there. The best way to get them is to go on the side and then use a flathead screwdriver and push this down with the flathead screwdriver between that. That's the best way I found this to do it. You'll be able to see all of this now. So you have this little like support thing. You have a 13 on both sides. Just screw off this side. And when you put it back on, you'll probably have to finesse with one hand. But once you get it back on, just screw tight this side. And that's going to let us like wiggle around with the cat. Don't try to take this bottom one off. I already tried. It doesn't do anything good. And just let that sit there. So next, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna mess with the extensions and everything so that we can get that turbo, the bolt on the turbo off. Alright, so I got that bolt that's on the back bottom side of the turbo. The only bad thing is the stud came out with it. Just need a lot of extensions. If you had two people, it's easy, because if you just have one reach down under here while somebody feeds the extension and everything up, it definitely go a lot smoother. It took me some time because of course I'm like doing it myself, so yeah. So next we're gonna take off these 15 bolts right here. There's 3 of them now. You got the one up here, down here, and back here. So pretty easy. I used this with a 15-inch socket or a 15mm socket, and then just kind of use this as a breaker bar. So real quick, we're gonna remove the O2 sensor. So you just, under all of this, there's a little clip right here that will actually unclip right here. Looks like, how will we do this? So just push this top one, and then you're left with this. I have an O2 socket remover, so it's just something that has this, and it usually works for all O2 sensors. Let's move this up, slide this down if we can. Oh, okay, there we go. So these might be on pretty tight. So if you break it loose, it's pretty much good to just come off. Just try to keep your wires all good. And that's what it looks like. Pretty easy. Now you only have to take off the top one, you don't have to take off the second bottom one. Yeah, then after that we'll just keep removing the 15s. And that's the last one. So after you get all those done and off, basically we're ready to move everything back. So I tried to set you guys up where you'll see most of this, just so you kind of get a good glimpse of it. So what you do is push your cat back. This is probably gonna get mangled. It's kind of annoying. You can put your hand down in there, feel it, but it is kind of loose, and if you can kind of move it slightly, you're most likely going to have a little bit of a boost leak just because of that. So what I got is my good little setup. I got an extended pair of needle nose and this, but basically you want to go back and grab the rod, and you'll see the wastegate open. Then after that, just kind of use these to keep it on there. So we're gonna open up the gas, light it up, like that, and we will heat that up. Like so. So if you can see down there, everything's going in there. I'm trying to get that piece warmed up so that we can beat it back with the hammer once it's warmed up. So what I did is I left the propane tank on that piece for like, I don't even know, like 10 minutes maybe. There's like a neck you have to try to heat up, and I don't have like a pretty good hammer. It's kind of weak, but that's what I used to kind of tap the wastegate back after I used that clamp and everything. But what I'm doing now is just putting all the bolts back, and I gotta get under the car now and get that last one tightened. We'll put the O2 sensor on. Then after that, basically just put our panels back on, and we'll call it a night. So that's about it for the video. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out, and yeah.